Yo, what is good? High TF mob. It is your boy Booba back with another video. All right, so um I'm gonna start out by saying this was a very slow trade week. I definitely had a opportunities to close out a good amount of profit, but I ended up going break even or close to break even this week, which I'm totally okay with. I think I'm down to like down 1% or so. But I'm kind of just gonna go over what happened over the week, and we'll just hop right into it. So earlier this week, I remember talking about looking for those AU buys after the setup was breaking out back here. Sure enough, after the price broke the highs out of the pool, liquidity pool that was being created here, price came back to retest that pool and respected the low, the swing low that was created down here on that 1 hour frame. So if we go back, you can just see my swing low was set down here. Price came, wiped out. This became a new swing high, and then price made that retracement. And honestly, I didn't buy until like last night because there was just too much consolidation going on where like within all of this, like I knew it had to buy, but it was just that matter of what time. And at a point right here when price was creating these higher highs and higher lows here, I was getting ready to buy here, and then price came and sold off, and that's I had my stop levels down here. So I got out of that and I was like, let me just wait and see if it respects just the zone altogether. And as we can see, price came to that 50% mark, which means price came down to a discount and was able to be bought back up. So I ended up closing just this small move. And also on GU, it had a similar setup, pretty much the same type of behaviors where we had that sell off, where I was trying to look for that buy again. But then I was like, nah, let's wait. Because again, I always value my position over profits. And my cat just jumped up on the table. What's up, dude? Bro, why are you up here? Come on, dog. He never does this. But yeah, so yeah, basically, this week was really slow, and I'm glad this did happen this week because there's something I really want to point out as to why generally around the end of the month things slow down. And again, this all is candle correlation, so you have to understand we're about to go into a new month. This all most of the movement for this month happened already. So what's really going down is that people are kind of waiting for the new monthly candle to open, and then we just start the cycle all over again and just move day to day, week to week. So now we know price sold, it respected the low, and it looks like this month again we might close back above our weekly lows, which will tell us that maybe that next monthly candle will open, probably throw us another sell, and then give us another rejection, because again there's a lot of money that's left off back to the upside that needs to be collected. So it's just a matter of when they decide to start making that move happen, and we'll need to see a break of structure, which would possibly be this right here, because we have a low, we have our high, and this would be our high low right here if the price closes bullish for the end of this month. So what will probably happen is if it closes bullish at the end of this month, we may see that next candle rise up, try to test this high on this wick. If it breaks this, we know we're moving up higher. And honestly, if it keeps going, we can expect this to now be a new bullish trend, because this could have just honestly been a bull flag that was created after the impulsive move on the monthly. So back up here. So this is our impulse move, and this could be our correction phase that's going on right now to then continue that trend upwards. If that's not the case, again, this is why I keep a neutral bias, because you can always switch whenever necessary. And honestly, a lot of what was able to help me go break even this week was just, again, playing and reading price off those lines. So going back down to the daily, it wasn't until about this daily candle that I was thinking of, that was when I kind of started giving up on those buys. But then I was like, if it respects again on another daily, I'm going to look for that structure on 4 hour to execute. And that's where I got this small move. Again, there's 3 more hours for the market to be open. So honestly, it's not a big deal to sit here and try to like milk money out the markets in the last 3 hours. It would just set you up for a bad end of the week, and then you're going into next week already trying to catch up on profit. So for me, I'm not going to lie, on these UJ, GJ, and AJ trades, this sell peaked my account up a profit of 1,000. But because I thought this was starting off to go down to our TP2 level, I held and I kept most of my stops either trailing at the 15-minute mark or had them at break even. So the amount I ended up closing, because I was trusting on holding these sells down to wipe out the swing lows, I didn't maximize much on the earnings. And honestly, after a while, I kind of stopped. I gave up on looking for sells on AJ and GJ, because if we go down here to the 1 hour, again, a lot of my work is being done on the 1 hour. So this was the move that I caught, but then price reversed and came back. And when price came back here, this is kind of where I started thinking, okay, so if that's happening, let's check the 4 hour, see what the behavior is. Because if we're back up in this zone, I want to see some respecting happening to get into another sell. So I did get into another sell with DJ, as you can see here, because again, I like to keep these positions up throughout the week, so you guys know what positions I took and then what actually would have got stopped out if I did take the position. So right here, this was another sell I took and went in profit a little bit, but then eventually came back and took me out. And it was the same behaviors here with AJ, where like I caught this sell, price went down, it's up about 200-300, and then eventually reversed. And that's when I look for a next sell, because this is a bearish engulfing. I'm like, okay, now it should break this low, and it didn't. So I got out again. So now it's coming back up to look to wipe out our highs. And remember, our swing highs here and our swing lows here for off the very strength that our previous swing low was back here. And this was the high that caused that break, which makes this our swing low. So now it's safe to say, if I make some line adjustments, right, that these charts could end up going bullish, just depending on how price behaves at these highs. So if we get some breakouts happening, we can expect a retest and then rise up to maybe our TP1 on the upside. And a lot of the reason for that is because, again, if we're dissecting our weekly candles, our monthly and our daily, this may be a simple pullback move for our monthly. So keep in mind, we got like what? Let's pull up my calendar. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got about 4 days left in this month, which means this next candle for the monthly, if we're coming back on 1, 2, 3, so on Tuesday, we should get an entirely new monthly candle. So we'll be getting it kind of in the middle of the week, which will, in a way, you just have to be careful with dealing with this candle, because we don't know what that next one will want to do. So the next one could honestly start off selling on Sunday, and then by Monday be retracing to set another low high, and then probably continue down to test this low. If not, it could just pop off and we start riding to the upside for the month, because again, the weekly candles are set up to start rising. So again, if we're looking at overall structure, we are still in that downtrend, right? Because we have our lower high here, this is our lower low, and this would be now our new lower high if it gets created. So if we get buys going into, Sunday, Monday, we can be expecting on Tuesday that sell down. So it's all circumstantial. You just have to really, study these candles to understand why it looks the way it does after it was printed. And once you can get that down, it'll help you make your decisions a lot quicker. So if we go down to our daily, we can see here we had our low here. This is our high. It's our high low. Another high, but I wouldn't consider this a higher high. And then this would be another high low, and this would be another high. So this, in my mind, I would look at as an ascending triangle, which means the buyers are building up strength to break these highs. And if that happens, again, we can be looking for that TP1 grab and then to take down the TP2, or it could just wipe all these out. And this was all just a channel, a bear flag here. Okay. So if we get that breakout, retest in the rise. But again, we're not locking in on any type of bias. Those are just ideas. So it's not till the market moves that we really know. So if we go down to UJ, or up to UJ, GJ, because of that behavior on GJ and AJ of this like kind of buying / consolidating, I decided to just leave those alone. And to me, this still looked like a valid setup for the continuation down to wipe out more liquidity that was given off here. So we're still kind of looking at a distribution phase with UJ. So if I go down to the 4 hour, this is where I kept kind of using, you can even just see like how many times I got in and out. But that first one was great. The week was looking fly when it started off. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I should have closed 1,000 when I did, because in my head, again, I figured it was just going to keep following the trend, but that was not the case. And when price pulled back up, this is where I could only close so much profit. And I was like, all right, most of the, like, I'm pretty sure UJ, actually, let's go in my account history so you guys can just see. Back up here, huh? So we can see back here. Where is it? If it's not here, it's all good. I'm probably just gonna pull up on the dashboard. Yeah, let's drop down. Yeah, so you can see I just had a lot of like wins and stop outs here and there. But mainly my goal was to finish off the week, see my balance dip down to like 24K at one point, but I was able to retrieve. Hold on, let's do something real quick. Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna log in real quick, just so I can show you guys kind of the profit grabs that I had with UJ, GJ, and AJ, and then kind of where I took the hits. And again, a lot of the hits I took were mainly me cutting losses because I value my position over just trying to be in the trade overall. So you can see now when I switch back to screen. Okay, boom. All right. So now you can see here, this is where my balance is at now. So I'm down close, a little bit close to 1%. But again, my goal here, whenever I do my test, is always the days. So no matter how the days are going, like last week was great, it was flawless, so I was able to finish within 6 days. This week was a little bit more choppy. It wasn't a lot of fluid movement in the market. And again, because it's going to be the end of the month and we're going to have an NFP Friday opening our next month. So I figured, okay, it makes sense. The markets generally slow down towards the end of the month. So for now, I'll be kind of continuing next week with the same setups. And then for the profits throughout this week, we'll see here. So they don't go further back than Wednesday. So AJ took a cut loss on these three because those are positions I was holding. Got stopped at an AU trying to buy it, and that happened when I got into the buy back here. I tried to buy up here and price wiped me out here, and I was holding. I was gonna keep my stops down here, but I was like, it's not worth taking the full 250 hit if I know the bearish engulfing signal is there, which is this is a great like lesson for you guys. Like if you see something, you see that this is information I know it's going to throw the sell, it's not even worth letting your stop get touched. At that point, just get out and find a better position, which I ended up doing. And again, it helped me recover the account by the end of the week. So here you have another one with AJ, another cut loss, GJ, another cut loss, UJ, another cut loss. And you can just see how comfortably I'm cutting them at very short and small values, because I know when the wins come, they're generally going to be large. So GU had a good buy with that one. Then I had another sell situation where I was trying to sell off this move here into this swing low because that was following the M pattern that I was seeing. But again, it respected the price being at a discount here, and that's where the buys started to kick in and the daily started to line up with it just throwing another wick. So that's when I knew for certain, okay, this is gonna be the time to start looking for buys again. And this is why I say it's okay. It's all about math at the end of the day. As long as you're risking right, you're able to get in and out on command and kind of know that, just to trust your instinct, things will work itself out. So we have AJ with a $32 loss, 28 bucks loss. And you can just see I'm cutting my losses, cutting them here. AJ, same deal. So now when I bought and sold at the end of the week, I was more certain of what was going to go down. So with UJ, AU, I had the 230 profit return. If we go to UJ, you can see that one was one that when I sold it, I put my stop loss at break even, and then I profited like a small $4. And then AJ was another cut on that sell, because I tried to sell it again around this level when price was looking like, and this is why you see like you have that daily candle. It's like an indecision candle, but within that, like this is kind of where I was seeing the 4 hour start playing out, and I was looking for my entry here, but it just came back again. So that's honestly, that's going to conclude just this kind of week overview. And it's also just going to show you the realism behind trading. And this is how some weeks people profit, some weeks people take fat L's, some weeks people take big wins. And it all comes down to your discipline and how you're controlling your emotions through all of this movement, all this noise. So again, I'm gonna try to keep this short. I'm glad you guys, if you guys are able to watch the video, I'm glad you guys came out to support. Please share, like, comment, subscribe, and always feel free to give me feedback if you feel like I may be going too fast on the information, or if you want me to clear up something specifically. Definitely feel free to email me or just reach out on that comment section and let me know what's up, because I'll be willing to help. I know a lot of information that I'm also not like, I don't have it organized in a way that I can push it out to you guys in a way you guys can pick up on everything, kind of like video by video just yet. But I plan on doing that in the not even far future, sometime in the near future, to kind of be able to educate you guys on stuff that will be able to help you put this strategy together easier. So yeah, let's just call it that. Hold on, let me do something real quick. And I'm going to do this live so y'all know going into next week, we're going to clean it up. We're going to come back with fresh charts. But again, thank you for you guys coming through. Appreciate all the support, and I will see you guys next week. Peace.